Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss on November 2021, Paper 2, Data Manipulation. So in data manipulations, I will use Microsoft Access to solve the question. So let's navigate to the questions. So database questions is in page number 6, task number 3. So you are now going to prepare some report based on the assessment result. Dates are to be imported in the format of day, month, year. So this is the format needed. So use a suitable database package to import N2102 trainee.csv file. CSV file is a text file. And this is the required data type. So most of them are text data type, except birth date, which is in date or time in the format of DMY. So for the format of DMY, we can put it as day, month, and year. So this is what we can use for the format, and set the trainee number as the primary key. So this is the primary key needed. So first of all, we need to launch the Access program. I'm going to use Access to solve the question. So blank database. So save it in the folder where you wanted to save it. So I'm going to put it here. This is my task 3. So create a folder. So this is what we have. So to import the file, we go to the external data, database, new data source, go to file, text file, because CSV file is the text file. So once you got the file, locate to the folder where you save the source file. So here I save it in my November paper. So I have trainee.csv open. So import the source file into source data into the new table because I don't have any table on hand right now. So click OK. So next. So you can observe actually the first row contains the field name. So you have to check the checkbox. First row contains field name and go to advanced button. Go to advanced in order to move to this import specification to cross-check your data type and the field name. So all of them are right, and this is the date and time data type. So next. So here we can set our primary key. So the primary key is trainee number. And next, so save the table as trainee table. Finish. So you can double click to open the file and observe how the data actually appear in your database. So this is what you have in your trainee table. Then in the questions, you need to prepare evidence number 4, which to screenshot showing the primary key, field name, and the data type used in the table. So you need to go to your database tools. So go to your home tab, go to your design view. So this is what you need to screenshot. Okay, here is the place you need to screenshot where you need to show us the trainee number as the primary key. So this indicator is important. So take your tools screenshot and put it in your evidence number 4. So this is what you should give us. Then the next thing you have to, the next question. So next you need to import another new table. So now you have the result.csv. Import as a new table in your database. Field name and data type are being shown here. So the things you need to take note is the test date is a date and time data type, but they want this from DDMMMYY. So example like it should be 12 May 21. Then start time and also duration should be displayed as HHMM format, and do not set the primary key. So there's no primary key for this table. So go to external data, file, text file. So import again the table. This round we need the result table. So new table, then OK. So you can roughly check this is being imported. And again, first row contains the field name. So put in your field name and then advanced cross-check your data type. Make sure all the data type are the same. So subject, number, text version is number, so long integer is acceptable. Then student ID, and then the rest are number, and the last two is the short text. So next, no primary key, so no primary key need to be selected. Then import finish. So after you import finish, you can open your table and go to the, because you can see here the start time doesn't fulfill the format we want. We want HHMM. So we need to change the data format, and also the test date, it must be DDMMMYY. So what we can do is go to the design view. Under test date, go to the format, change the format to DDMMMYY. Then for the test date, you need to change the format to HH:MM. Then same thing go for duration, HHMM. So save it, then browse in your datasheet view. So now they all follow as what is supposed to be. So this is what we need to set. So save your file, and again, in the questions, evidence number 5, they want you to screenshot showing so showing the field name and the data type. So go to the design view, take the snipping tools, screenshot your field name and the data type. So this is what you need to provide in evidence number 5. So next, continue with question number 18. Create one-to-many relationship between trainee number in trainee table and student ID in the result table. So placing your evidence document screenshots showing types of evidence between the two tables. So what we need to do is, first thing of all, please remember to close all the tables you're having in your working place. Then go to database tools, relationship. So add in the two tables you are having. Adjust until we are able to see all the field name we have. So trainee number in the trainee table, join with the student ID in the result table. So normally we will click to enforce the referential integrity in order to ensure the integrity of the data between two tables. But in these questions, when you click created by enforcing referential integrity, you will realize that there is one warning message given to you. It cannot create this relationship and enforce the referential integrity because in the result table, there is a data which violate the referential integrity rules. It means that in your student ID, there is one record, okay, they may have one record which is stored in the result table, but this student ID is not found in the trainee table. So in order to avoid this one, we can create the relationship without enforced referential integrity. So the relationship was created, and for the evidence part, what we have to do is we have to call back the relationship table and screenshot like this. So this is what we need to provide in our screenshot. So this is our screenshot for evidence number 6. So you can have the one-to-many relationship between trainee number to the student ID. So the relationship have been created. Don't forget to save it. And then you can close this relationship. Then the next thing what we have to do is question number 19. Enter the following details as a new record in the trainee table. So this is what we need to enter. And this question, we just need to enter the record, don't need to create the form. So just go to the training table and then new record. So please make sure you enter the record correctly. So SCHENEIDER Lina PE0096, and then the birthday, female developer, and then Tawara Digital Academy. So this is what we have to key in. So after you key in, save it. So just need to make sure that there is no mistake when you key in the record. Okay. Then save your record and we proceed to the next question. So in question number 20, using a field from training tables only. So you just need to pull out your training table to create a tabular report. So select only the record where training provider includes the text digital. So when we have the key terms includes, actually what we can do is means that in your training provider, we are using the like operator, like double quotation because it's a text data, include, so using the wildcard asterisk, start with, and then anything start with a wildcard and then another wildcard. So digital is in between. And then next one is the birth date. It's in 2003. So the date is being stored in the date and time data type. So in year 2003, we have to use between 1st January 2003 and 31st December 2003. This is what you can do, or you can use the greater than equal or less than equal operator. Then next thing you need to show is, sorry, it's missing, I'll type again. So it is between 1st 2003 and 31st 12th 2003. So that is for the between case. Then, so it means that for this first part, is actually we do it in the query. So you can do it. This is what you need to do. You need to create a query, pull out the data, extract the data, then follow this sequence. So this is the data we need: first name, family name, birthday, training job, and training provider. And don't forget, do not group the data. Then sort the data in ascending order of training provider. Page orientation is portrait on single page only. Then include the text digital work programs as the title with a larger font fully visible at the top of the page, and your candidate's details is on the report. So the lower part is about what we want to have in our report. So this is what we need to do in the report part. So first, let's go to create the query first. So create query design. So this round we only need the training table. So get the training table, select first name, family name, birth date, training job, and training provider. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 fields needed. Then put in the query criteria. So training provider training provider we want includes text digital. So we use like operator, asterisk, digital, asterisk. So this is what we need to put in. And the date is between 1st January 2003 and 31st December 2003. So I widen this to show you. So the operator is using the hashtag to actually quote out the date data. So you can run the query, have a look. There are 32 records being extracted. Okay, there are 32 records being extracted. So save the query, save it as, we use the report title as the query name. So digital work programs. This is the query. After you create the query, click on the query, go to create report wizard to create the report. So you need to make sure that the correct query has been selected because you already prepared the data in the correct field order. So select all the field needed. Next, no grouping are required. So this showing that there's no grouping, the data is shown in the single line. If let's say I try to pull out the trainee provider group, so the trainee provider will be the first level of the grouping. So in this case, we don't need any grouping. So next, the sorting, I won't do it in the report wizard because if we proceed over here, the particular field in this question, like trainee provider, need to be at ascending order. So if we complete this action in this report wizard, trainee provider will become the first field to be displayed in our report. Then you need to do arrangement. So we will do it in later on when we are in the layout view. Then next, so here we need to make sure the correct orientation. So we want single page and then portrait tabular form. So this is our tabular layout. Next, so the report title has been included. So preview the report, finish. So this is how the reports looks like. So by entering the print preview view, it's easier for us to rectify where are the data or which field is not fully visible. So like the date field, you can see a lot of hashtags. And the technician, the words is missing. So we need to go to the layout view and you can readjust all the fields. So utilize the advantages of this layout view. Every time when you adjust it, just remember to scroll down, cross-check to ensure that all the data are fully visible. So another things which we could do is when we adjust this field, you need to make sure that it's actually fully visible, not only for your reader, but also make sure that it is readable. Okay, it's in a nice arrangement and layout. So once we've done this, then we can go for our sorting, which we haven't complete. So we already done the selection in the correct order, portrait orientation, the digital work programs have been included. So now we need to put in the ascending order of training provider. So go to the group and sort. So under sorting, choose training provider because we want ascending order, so A on top. So you can see that by this action, the training provider have been sorted in ascending order. Then you can back to the print preview. This is how it looks like for your whole report. So this is what we need to perform, and don't forget you have to include your candidate's details on the report. So since the level mentioned is on the top or the bottom, we will put it at the footer. So always remember candidate's details should be displayed in every single page. We put it in the page footer. So use a label, put in your candidate's details. So which is your center number, candidate's number, and full name. So go to format. I will suggest you change it to black color fonts, which is clearer to display. So you have this appear on every single page. So this is what you need to produce. So print it out as your printout number 2. So this is how it should look like. So this is your printout number 2 for question number 20. So next we go to the next questions. Question 21. So using the field from both table, now you need to use 2 tables to produce tabular report which contain a new field called %_mark, which is calculated at runtime. So this is the calculated field. This field will calculate the mark achieved divided by total marks and display as a percentage. So the format we want is percentage with 0 decimal places. So in this case, this calculated field, you can generate the formula. So we use the calculated field as the field name _mark. So in database, when we do the calculated field, we are using colon. Mark achieved is the, if you refer to the table, so I'm going to save this. So we go to our table, the result. So mark achieved is the field name. So we need to put it in the square bracket. So mark achieved divided by total marks, again is also the field name. So total marks. So put it total marks in the square bracket also. So total marks. Remember, this is case sensitive also. Okay, and don't forget later on you must format it as percentage format. Then select the record where test day is Saturday or Sunday. So this is quite straightforward. So you need to use the OR operator. Then mark achieved is 25 or more. So for 25 or more, it is more than equal 25 because 25 is included. Okay, 25 is included. Then the field you need to show is, this are the field. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 fields need to be in this order and do not group the data. So again, from here to here, this is what you need to complete or you need to perform in query. So we use a query to extract out the data. After you extract the data, then only we do the sorting for ascending order of test date followed by descending order of the subject. So this is done in the report. So start from here, we do what we need to perform for the report formatting. So page orientation is landscape, single page wide. So all the data should be in single page wide. Then include only the text weekend testing as the title at the top of the page. And there's one calculation needed for the report, which will be calculated in the whole report to show the numbers of tests displayed in the as an integer below the subject column at the end of the report. Then use a label to label it at the left of this value. Display only your name, sender number, candidate's number in the footer. So only this. So you need to be careful. It's only your candidate's detail. Make sure it show on the same position and no other data displayed in the footer. So let's extract the query first. So we go to the query again. We go to the create query design. This round we need to add the 2 tables. Then select the field needed. So start from first name, followed by family name, subject, test data, test date, test day, start time, mark achieved, marks, percent marks. So your calculated field. So you need to type the formula here. So %_mark colon. So which is your mark achieved. divided by total underscore marks. So make sure you spelled it correctly. This is how it should look like. Then after that, you need to include results as the last field. So if they didn't show in the correct order, you can just highlight and then adjust their position. So these are the field needed. Then we put in the criteria. So the criteria needed is test day is Saturday or Sunday. So go to the test day. It is Saturday, double quotation, or is the operator either one, or Sunday. So you can run the query. It will show you Saturday or Sunday result. And the marks here is the calculation, right? So don't forget we need to put it as percentage. So go to your property, right click on the percent marks calculated field property, change the format to percentage, and decimal places should be 0. So you can run it. This is how it should look like. So it show in the percentage value. Okay, so we settle for we already done for the calculated field done, the test day. So we need the marks achieved more than equal 25 because 25 or more. So go to the mark achieved. The searching criteria is more than equal 25. So you can run your query. You should get 40 results. Okay, 40 record as the returning result. So this is how it works for our query. Then save your query again. This round we save it using the report again. So test weekend testing. So you have the query saved. So click on the query, go to create report wizard. Make sure you select the correct query, and we already organized it in the correct order. So just select all the field. Next, in the question, it mentioned clearly no grouping. No, do not group the data. So you have to remove the grouping. So like this is without grouping. Just now this preview, right, it showed that actually the data have been grouped according to the first name and then the family name. So no grouping. Next, don't want add any grouping. Sorting, we do it later on. Okay, so this round we want landscape orientation, tabular report again. So next, put in the report title. So weekend testing. So finish. So this is how the reports looks like. And very clearly we can see that we have a lot of hashtags. So you need to adjust the data view. Okay, and it actually go out a little bit for the single page wide. So go to your layout view. This is layout view. Go to the layout view. Let's adjust it. Okay, so just adjust the data. Make sure that the data and the record are fully shown. So utilize the benefit which you can preview the record detail. So adjust until all our data are fully visible. Especially take note on the space needed for the record for the field name, because all your field name must fully visible. So this is how I actually adjusted my data, and this dashed line showing us this is the second page, right? So click on the boxes we have for each of the data, you adjust it in. So this is only single page wide. So when you go to print preview, you can see clearly there are 2 pages needed, at the moment. Okay, so we complete them in the correct layout, landscape, single page wide, the title also done. So let's go for the grouping for sorting first. Ascending order of test day, then descending order of subject. So go to layout view, under report design, sorting. So we add ascending order of test day, ascending order, so A on top. Then add another sorting followed by, next one is the subject. So descending order of the subject, so Z on top. So descending order of the subject. Okay, so this is how it should look like. Ascending order of the test day, then descending order of the subject. So the sorting done. Then we go for the last one, which is the calculation. We want you to calculate the test number, the numbers of tests in an integer value, okay, as an integer below the subject column. So what we can do is, under the layout view, this is a subject column. So select all the data. You can go to the total. We want calculate how many records. So let's count how many records. So you can see that once you count, the value will show at the bottom. So you can go to the design view. You can see this is the formula, how it looks like. Equal count, asterisk. So they count how many records we have in this report. Then insert a label to put in the label for this value. So total test complete. So adjust this box close to the value given. So go to your print preview. The data, the calculation will be shown at the bottom. So it must be below the subject matter, right? Subject field. So we can actually adjust the text box. So that's below the subject field. Then the last one we need to perform is we need to make sure that this is all done. We need to make sure that only your candidate's detail is at the footer, no other data. So what we have to do is we need to delete the date and we need to delete the text box for the page number. So you can do it in the design view and leave some spaces for your page footer and use a label, put in your candidate's detail, which is your full name, center number. Okay, so you can, let me put in the full name, center number. So you can put in your full name, center number, and then candidate's number. Let's say my candidate's number is like this. So to make sure that it is fully visible, I will encourage, let's put it in black color fonts. So every single page you will have it. So always remember to cross-check, make sure your candidate's number are fully visible. Okay, then you need to print this evidence. So print it as printout number 3. So this is how your printout number 3 should look like. Then finally, in this task, you need to prepare evidence number 7, which put a screenshot, okay, a screenshot showing the database formula used to calculate the numbers of tests. So what we need to do is go to the design view. You need to go to the design view of your report and screenshot this calculated field. Okay, screenshot this calculation. So that's what you need to provide in evidence number 7. So by this evidence number 7, I finished the discussion on this November 2021 Task 3 database. I hope this video can help you in solving your database questions. If you like my channel, please subscribe it. See you in my next video.